Okay, so I decided to do my first ever tour of my yard just to see what is happening, and this is June 18th of 2020. So I'm actually starting at the garage area. I'm not sure how I'll do this in the future to give you updates, but this is kind of the garden along the side of my driveway. And I wanted to capture some of the beautiful flowers that are out now before they're actually done. And I have my peonies up at the top. These are all of my tiger lilies that haven't actually flowered yet. Let me just see what else we have. Grass needs to be reseeded. Let's see. I'm not really sure what this is, so we'll see what it ends up as. These are my pin cushions that are actually finished. There's another set, and I do need to actually divide these. Here's an upper view. These are the peonies. Some of them have already started to die back, and I've got to clean this up. Take some of these off. Here's the color. And they smell great too. They really smell good. Alright, so this is my hydrangea. And my butterfly bush. These here, which I think are balloon flowers. But I'm not really sure because I have some in the back that have not actually flowered yet. And I know I planted purples, but there is a batch of white ones in here. Still need to get my pots filled. Now we'll come around to the side of the house. This is actually a bird bath that I made out of like Salvation Army vase in a dish. I don't know how well you're actually able to see it because of the sun. But I wanted to capture, my clematis is almost finished. This is a watering can that I actually made myself as well. Clematis. Some ferns. This was a flowering almond. It was beautiful. Earlier, it was it was a pink, and it was beautiful. My bleeding heart that I need to trim down. This also was really nice. I missed that one too. It was beautiful white flowers. Need to trim all those back there too. Oh, that back there. Flowers are gone. It was an orange. And we have, around this tree is actually going to be cut down. Just see. The sun might be. Might not be. Now there was some peonies that were beautiful. Oh, missed the color on that one too. Beautiful pink. So this is my little walkway, my little path. And I know it probably looks like things need to be divided, which they do. My hostas are all getting overgrown. I actually did divide this one. My little, I come back, my little oriental guy. What's this pagoda? The sawing in the background is my husband. I'll take you back there. There was a wooden walkway path that I had actually taken out. My ferns, I had some other ferns that were up front that I actually moved to the back over here. That's my little son. That's Patrick looking at the moon or the stars. But I did move some ferns into the back area here. And I think I need to move some others as well. Let me just, this little walkway here just takes me to the back side of this bird feeder, or the bird bath, sorry. Another little garden art that I made out of the little spears, the little balls. And let's see, we come back around. This is just one of those old wire wheels. My son-in-law had given that to me and said, "Do you need this for your garden?" It's been sitting there for years now. Debated whether to make a table out of it. There are little chicks inside of this little birdhouse. The mom just flew out when she saw me coming this way. Alright, so we'll come back around to the side of the house. This is like really a shaded area on the side of the house. I still have, as you can see, some of my pots that still need to be planted up. This side, I just have my fountain, hasn't been turned on yet. There's no water in it. So hopefully the next time I do a video, some of this stuff will be done. There's my Japanese maple. It's actually not too bad. Here's another bird bath that I made with just a vase and a bowl from Savers or Salvation Army. This is a clematis, and show you one of the purple flowers. Kind of, but although I have some new ones that are starting to flower. So this kind of takes us into the back area here, my pool area, and the back side. This is the picnic table that, well, it's not really a picnic table. It was a glass patio table. The glass top broke and we replaced it with this wood. It's actually my workstation since I've been working from home during the pandemic. Coronavirus 2020. So let's just come off the deck area. Got a couple of pots. I have some flowers that need to be planted. Little garden here. I've got a baptisia that needs to be planted. I have to tell you, this is my daughter's basil plant. Looking pretty sad. She purchased this and it was covered in a saran wrap baggie. She didn't realize that she needed to take it out of there. And I'm just trying to bring it back to life. So this area here is my corner. If we go down off the side, you'll be able to see all the white roses, but this is a little area that I'm trying to keep under control. Kind of takes me around here. Now there's some white roses in the far background there. If you can see, they're on the other side of the fence, on the side that divides my property with my neighbor. And this is a little area that we had to rebuild this year because we had to build it up in the back because it was kind of falling apart. So that was a project we completed. Another bird bath. This is actually flowered already for the most part, and their flowers are starting to die down. Little pot. This is the pool area. The house needs to be painted, of course. There's my roses. Claiming roses. These did really well this year. Oh, they smell great too. This is my trumpet vine, and I still need to research what happened to this. It got some kind of a disease that, see if I can, I have to look it up and figure out what happened. I'm hoping I don't have to take the whole thing down. It took me a few years to get it to this size. So, again, back to the deck area. This is a project that we're working on. So this is from the corner side of the house. I think it's too shaded. But this is a project that we're currently working on. This is the last piece in the backyard. So what goes on here? We will be extending this higher wooden fence out to the tree over to the flag area and beyond, and then extending this deck, as you can see. We'll eventually want to remove this fence all the way to this post here. Open this deck area so that it just opens and continues out to this area here. Kind of a mess. My husband's breaking up the wood that was on my wooden walkway. So it's kind of a work in progress right now, and it looks terrible. As you can see, I'll be adding some more plants back here. This is a tree that will be going back here. Hydrangea, tree hydrangea. Geez, I'm just going blank with my flower names. Of course, he's like totally messed up the seating of my fire pit. You'll see it once it's straightened out, but I have it set up so that the chairs are in a rainbow color. My roses back here. This set of roses, another bird bath. Again, a vase and a plate purchased from either Savers or Salvation Army. It's my rose bush from the backside. Irises. Not irises. Oh, this is my fire pit area. There's my husband stacking up some wood that he's been chopping up. This white on this patio block here went against what I usually say, don't use Roundup, and I did, and looks like it's caused some staining. So previously I had a wooden boardwalk, I called it. This is it. And because some of the wood pieces needed to be replaced this year, or needed to be painted, I said, I need to go maintenance free. So we pulled it up, decided to lay blocks down. And these are the 16 by 16 pre-made brick blocks. And of course I needed 36 of them. And they didn't have 36. So where I wanted to lay them 2 by 2 all the way down, I said, well, let me see how far I can go if I do a 2, 1, 2, 1, and possibly plant a plant in between the blocks. So I'll have to kind of think about this and see how I want to complete this little project over here. So as you can see, I've got some holes dug with some plants that needed to go in, but I'm still debating on how I want to set these up. There's some balloon flowers, and I actually started this clematis that's going up the side of this arbor, and I just have to keep coming back to it and moving some pieces around. So I have a lot that haven't actually flowered yet, so this gets pretty colorful back here once things do start to open. My spiderwort, goat's beard, some more balloon flowers. That's a coreopsis right there. That will be a yellow. It's my neighbors in their swimming pool. They're kind of loud. Oh, and then some more peonies back here, and these are really pretty. These have just opened up within the last couple days. There's a nice one, but it's only one, just one flower, and you can see how big that is. So I would show you my lower garden, but it ends up getting close to my neighbors, and they're out in the pool right now, so just show you the path kind of continues this way, and this allows me to get to the back side of my garden here. I don't know if you can tell, but there is a walkway, stone path that goes down to the back side here. Goes beyond almost to the end of their pool fence there. That orange marker is the property line, so it is very close to the edge of their pool fence. I'm trying to plant new things back here. This is a slope, and I will obviously come up the other side and show you. But that's it for today. I'll make another post once things start blooming and we have a little bit more color. But I figured I missed so many pretty colors already that I wanted to try to capture something. To do it another time of day too, so that we get a little bit more light in this shaded area here. Okay, bye for now.